What is up, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of the 100-Line Last Defense Academy. In the last episode, we got through some story. We got through our first ever actual commander fight, which is pretty exciting. And we actually did pretty well. We got S-Ring on the battle. And we've been doing pretty well since. I had to separate the last episode into two recordings because I had to end off the original stream a bit earlier than I expected to when I first started streaming it. But I just finished it off just now, and now we're here on the next one. I'm trying to fix my lighting here because I know I look darker than I actually am. I feel like in the camera, but it is what it is. Anyways, we have to head to the cafeteria and see what's going on. See if we can find out anything new in regards to what's going on because we lost Sarah, and yeah. Maybe it's a dumb question, but do you think there are any animals around here? If there are, I hope we're not frightening them or destroying their habitats too badly. You know, I never really thought about that. The only living things I've ever seen since we got here were any invaders. So Shoma, if you're concerned about stuff like that, you must really like animals, huh? Yeah, I guess so. I enjoy spending time with them and learning more about them and stuff. Oh, that's cool. I like animals too. Really? You're a fellow animal lover, Takumi? Oh no, that means you have something in common with me. I'm so sorry. Don't worry, I'll keep this a secret. The last thing you need is to find yourself being lumped in with a creepy little flatworm like me. Quick, you better leave before anyone sees us together. I'll disappear into the background too, I'm good at that. What the hell? This dude. Here I thought I'd found something that would have opened him up a little bit. His inferiority complex is even worse than I thought. Another day, another delicious meal. How can you eat at a time like this? What better time is there? Now that Sierra's gone, we can enjoy any food we want, anytime we want. This taco rice set meal is simply delectable. I've never eaten any rice this fluffy before. That's the part you're enjoying? It's even better if you put whipped cream on top. It really gives the dish an extra layer of sweetness. Does taco rice need to be sweet? Conversation was interrupted by Hiruko's clearing her throat just loud enough to demand our attention. My apologies for spoiling your fun, but could you listen to me for a moment? I have an important announcement to make. Okay, what do you got? What was it you wanted to tell us, Hiruko? It's about our future plans. I'm assuming nobody has come up with anything yet. Yeah, I didn't exactly like Sarah barking orders at us, but without him, we don't really have a lot of direction. Aito prove we can't escape on our own, so why don't we just cut loose and do whatever? Or we can keep fighting and see who gets the biggest killing streak. Loser have to slit their wrists right across their stomach. Are they cutting their wrists or their stomach? Never mind. I don't want to know. Why are we even talking about this? If the school falls, mankind's done for. We gotta stay and fight, commanding officer or not. We don't know for sure if that's true or we'll still get to go home when time's up. We'll be in big trouble if we have to stay here forever. Sharing a living space with a bottom-feeding parasite like me is sure to depress you. I wonder how mankind is going to be wiped out exactly. Hard to say. It must have something to do with whatever's in the defense room act, though. Sarah could have had the courtesy to tell us that. Not you, Siri. Sarah could have had the courtesy to tell us that much before he got himself killed. I'll be taking charge of the school in Siri's absence. Follow my orders and we'll be fine. Huh? Hiruko spoke in such a matter-of-fact way, slipping it into this conversation so casually. Didn't even register what she said until a few seconds later. Wait, what? You're going to what? I said I'll be taking charge of the school in Siri's absence. If you follow my orders, we'll be fine. Oh, hell no! Why's gotta be you? We need a leader to help organize us, to give us purpose and direction. Without proper discipline, we'll never win the war against the invaders. The war? I've told you time and time again, this is war. We cannot afford to lose. For the sake of victory, you'll have to cast aside any and all unnecessary sentiments. Hope, despair, joy, fear. You don't need them anymore. You don't need to know why we're here, or what we're protecting. You don't even need to think. Just do as I say and fight. Just fight? The invader attacks are only going to get worse from here on out. We need to be at our best and match them blow for blow. That means everyone here must fight. If you want to make it out of this alive, you have to be willing to put your life on the line. Risk your life to save your life. Kill others so that you may survive. That is what it means to be at war. Nobody had any response to that. Hiruko's stance was an extreme one. There's no doubt about that, but nothing about it stood out as wrong either. Given the extreme circumstances we were in, it might even be the most logical way for us to proceed. Violent, heartless, but logical nonetheless. There you have it. That's how things are going to work from now on. You may resume your meaningless battle. Now that I'm in charge, you can rest easy. I'll not allow us to lose. The cafeteria fell silent in the wake of the bombshell of an announcement. We didn't even have the heart to make small talk anymore. The atmosphere was just too oppressive. Eventually, our new leader said she wanted to go and think through some new battle strategies and left us there alone. Feeling deflated, we gradually dispersed and went back to our rooms. Hiruko in charge. Can't imagine anyone else would could keep us all in line, but still. All that stuff about not thinking and just following orders doesn't sit right with me. I feel like surrendering all control to her would be a bad idea. I need to do something to take my mind off of all this. Got plenty of free time. Maybe I'll just wander around and look for something to do. Okay, what do we got? How do I look at our stuff? Here we go. So I need science and I need social studies. Does anybody have that? So we don't have anybody that has science or social studies. So I think we'll just go ahead and just go do our next VR battle, so we can get the second one out of the way. I think there might be a third one. I'm not too sure. Oh, we did both of them already. I don't remember doing that one, but all right, that works for me. But do we have anything we can upgrade? Oh, we can bring up your stuff. Go ahead and do that. I think that's really all we can do right now. All right, in that case, let's go ahead and hang out with Ado. We have hung out with him before, so what comes next for us? I'm so scared. What's up, Ado? Takumi, do you think we could bring the Rational Nomadic back to the TRC with us? Why? If we had this machine, everyone would be able to eat delicious meals every day. We can't keep such a convenient technology all to ourselves. We need to find a way to take this back for the betterment of society. Ato's always thinking of others. I can really stand to learn from his thoughtfulness. Cool. Some more free time. We could go out and explore. We could do that. Wait, no, we can't. We have to do that at the beginning of the day. Just kidding. Okay, in that case, let's hang out with Hiruko. Question is, where art thou, Hiruko? I was just looking at this statue. It's good for the soul to appreciate a beautiful work of art, isn't it? Nelson's went up 6. Ding dong, a bing bong, everybody. Looks like another day's over. Back home in the residential complex, I used to stay up playing video games and watching random videos online until late. I don't have nearly as many things to distract or entertain me. Once night falls, all I can really do is go to sleep. And so, my 8th day at Last Defense Academy drew to a close. Day 9. We're almost at double digits, y'all. Ding dong, a bing bong, everybody.
Get ready for your 9th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy.
This morning. Hiruko's in charge now, but what does that mean? Are our lives here going to be all that different from before? Anyway, I should head over to the cafeteria. Huh? Is it just us today? Yeah, real slim pickings, huh? Is it me or are the ones who are missing the cowards who refuse to fight? Yes, that's right. They usually come here in the morning. Why didn't they today? Because I told them not to. They're not allowed to use the cafeteria anymore. Huh? What? Why would you do that? Last Defense Academy exists to protect humanity from the invaders. Anybody who won't contribute to that effort doesn't deserve to use its facilities. Okay, so you're depriving them of food? Isn't that pretty harsh, though? The way things are now, they'll never come around. It's time to start cracking the whip. I'm not going to let up until they shape up and start showing some spine. Let up on what exactly? You're in no position to be worrying about others. I need you to be ready to defend against invader attacks at a moment's notice. Our time is precious. You will not waste it. Is that understood? Without waiting for an answer, Hiruko got to her feet and left, as unshakably confident as ever. Damn, it's gonna be your business from now on, huh? This is madness. Hey. It does sound pretty Spartan. I'm not so sure this is a good idea. Trying to force our friends to fight might only make things worse. Like they got any excuse to keep hanging back. None of us got any real choice anyway. It's like Hiruko said, that's what being at war is all about. I get you though. There's such a thing as going too far. Wonder how else she's gonna put the pressure on them. I have a bad feeling about this. We ate the rest of our breakfast in silence. We were all feeling uneasy about what would happen to the rest of the group going forward. Once we were done eating, we went back to our rooms. I'm worried about what else Hiruko might be planning. But it's been a couple of days since the last attack, and I'm starting to get antsy. Prefer not to just sit around. I think we should go ahead and go explore and get some stuff, maybe? Let's do some exploration here. Each character has an exploration skill. Create a team to suit your needs to making choices corresponding to the materials you wish to gather. You can press RB to go on simpler exploration, skipping straight to the results screen. However, none of your skills will activate. Okay. So we can just do simple exploration that gives us just whatever? That's pretty cool, I guess. Minerals, machines up. BP is always going to be good to have. Minerals and machines, that'd probably be good. And let's do plants, textiles. Yeah, let's do it. Bonus spaces appear during free time exploration, where there are no story objectives. Stopping on them will net you valuable materials. Press Y to check your surroundings and make your way to any bonus spaces. Yeah, after Hiruko died, I mean, we got a good amount of stuff, right? We got 8 things out of 9, so we didn't get any bonus spaces, but it is what it is. Because my luck's just shit. Ding dong and bing bong, everybody. It's that time again, huh? Hiruko's plan to pressure the others into fighting still had me worried. She'd already banned them from the cafeteria. What will she do next? Whatever it is, I hope it's nothing too extreme. Dreading what the morning might bring, I slipped into an uneasy sleep, ending my 9th day at the last Defense Academy. Day 10. We're in double digits now, man. Ding dong, a bing bong, everybody.
Get ready for your 10th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Wow, look at you guys, making it into double digits. In honor of this milestone, I'm giving you access to the rec room and the leisure lounge on the 3rd floor. I'll tell you all about how they work in person. See you there!
In person, you're dead. New facilities, huh? I doubt that in-person explanation is going to happen, though. We've only been here 10 days. Feels like a lot longer. We're really just getting started. Without Sarai, there's a chance we could be here even longer than 100 days. No, I can't think like that. I have to believe I'll get through this and go home. Back to the TRC. Back to Kadoa. It'll all work out somehow. It always does. The morning announcement said the rec room and leisure lounge have been unlocked now. Maybe I should go check them out. Got the leisure lounge here. Let's go check it out first. This must be the leisure lounge. Looks like a nice place to relax. It's got a pool and everything. I like it. Huh? Not you. I'm talking about the room. Yeah, I figured that much. You wouldn't refer to me as it, would you? It's important to take time to rest and recover. Too much work can have a negative impact on your health. Huh? That's surprising. I guess even Hiruko likes to let her hair down every now and then. Wipe that expression off your face. You can look at me like that all you want. I'm not getting into the pool with you. What? What kind of expression did I have? I prefer to relax on my own. Please understand. That's fine with me. I feel like leisure time with Hiruko would just descend to an intensive training session anyway. So this is the leisure lounge. I like it. I think I'll come here when I need time myself. I think we can rest here after a swim. What is this resort? A lot of good training equipment here. Swimming in a pool after training sounds like pure bliss. Alright, so that's the leisure lounge, or leisure lounge. Then we got the rec room. So this is the rec room. Whoever built this really did think of everything. It's one of the most normal places I've seen here. To be honest, it's not hard to imagine a fancy academy having a room like this. Hey Takumi, you're scoping out the rec room, huh? I thought this would be a fun place to hang out, for sure. It's a major disappointment though. There's no edgelord manga or misery porn anime or hardcore eroges or anything. I'd be more worried if there was. Are we even going to be able to use some of this equipment now that Sarai's not here to tell us how it all works? Don't worry, he left some manuals about stuff. Aito's reading one right now. It's not so great with all these big words or small ones or phonemic awareness in general. Really, and don't even get me started on my poor focus and lack of vocabulary. She's surprisingly thorough in her understanding of her shortcomings. I want to play a depressing eroge. Darts, huh? Not right now. Looks like a slot machine that like you see in casinos. It's supposed to be a school, right? Sorry, I'm still getting used to the freaking buttons here. I keep hitting things I don't want to hit. You've got a table tennis table here. Table tennis table here. Table tennis table. What? Not that I'm in the mood for the games right now. Eito's intently scanning the pages of that book. I wonder if he's figured anything out. Is that one of the manuals? What's it say? Seems to be for that device over there. Oh, that. What exactly is that? Doesn't look like any machine I've seen before. According to this, it's called a giftomatic. A gifto what now? Let me read you the introduction from the manual. True to its name, the giftomatic is used to manufacture presents, charitable donations, and other doodads. Step 1. Select an item from the machine's extensive database. Step 2. Insert the required materials. Step 3. The item you requested pops out, whole and complete. Take advantage of this miracle of modern engineering to express your gratitude and affection toward your comrades and strengthen your esprit de corps. That's about the size of it. A gift-making machine. Kind of a weird idea, isn't it? Perhaps, but assuming it actually works as advertised, it's pretty impressive. At least it's the last list of available items. It can make clothes, shoes, household goods, and even more complex stuff like auto parts and high-spec electronics. How about gory movies, or games that were banned for being too extreme? Yes, actually. Seriously? It really is extensive. Sounds like magic. Or alchemy, maybe. Wonder how it works. Then again, the Revival-matic is just as much of a mystery, and that hasn't stopped us from using it. Yeah, I guess not. Do you think giving gifts would help to alleviate some of the tension around here? I don't know. Differences between the fighters and non-fighters are a little too deep-seated to resolve that easily. You're probably right. What a pity. Cool. Gift making has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. Okay, I think I've looked at all the new rooms I have access to now. Maybe I'll go back to my room and think about what to do next. A rec room and leisure lounge. Honestly, I'm not sure how much chance we have to use them. What other kinds of rooms does this school have that we don't know about? When will we get to see them? Still have some free time today. What should I do next? We're making gifts. The rec room has been unlocked. You can now unlock gifts. By giving the characters their preferred gifts, your student activities will further boost your grades. Give your classmates the different kinds of presents to find out what they like best. You will need BP materials to make gifts. In addition, you will need key items to make certain gifts. Key items can be obtained from treasure chest spaces and through progressing the story. Do we know? Oh yeah, we do have preferred items tab. Accessories. Okay, what do we got? Okay, is there anything we can make? Splatter movies. Movie where a monster attacks people when a certain date and day of the week align. Became a series after blowing up. I think I might know who this one would go to. Splatter movies. That has to be the out of me, right?
How do you know me so well?
Yep, knew it.
Have you been
I knew it.
stalking me?
Cool. Ooh, creativity went by 20. Each character has their own preferred items. Gifting these will maximize the increase to your grades. You can check each character's preferred items in their report cards, and you'll be given hints as you do student activities. This is a first-time bonus for any gifts you make for the first time, so gather up those hints and make all the gifts you can. Cool. Some more free time. Find out another one of her things would be. Want to eat some snacks with me, Takumi? I hate eating full meals. It's too much work. I'm fine having snacks for all 3 meals. You'll get sick if you only eat junk. You should really get more nutrients. I don't wanna. Nutrients just keep me alive even longer. Huh? Isn't that a good thing? No. Getting old is as pathetic as a boring manga that just keeps getting published forever. It's better to burn out spectacularly than fade away. I think living a short, fleeting life is so cool. She thinks it's cool to neglect her body? Can't say I understand how she thinks. Experience unlocked the keyword #cool. Cool. Keywords can be used to create new gifts. Try out different keywords and see what you can come up with. Cool. Ding dong bing bong. Today went by in a flash. One thing concerns me though. I haven't seen anyone from the non-fighting group all day. Hope they're okay. Thought Hiruko would stop with the cafeteria. She could have forbidden them from using other facilities as well. What's her next move going to be? Will all this really motivate them to get on the battlefield with the rest of us? There's not much I can do right now. I'll just have to see how it goes. Yes, go to bed. With nothing else to do, I get into bed, and within a few minutes I was fast asleep. Day 11. Ding dong, a bing bong, everybody.
Get ready for your 11th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to...
Time to get up. Just as I was hoisting myself out of bed and getting to my feet, something interrupted the quiet morning atmosphere. Ding dong! Sounds like somebody's here, but it's quiet. Too quiet. Something doesn't feel right. What is it? Took a few hesitant steps toward the door, then took a deep breath and opened it, only to find... Dadumi. Dadumi? Is something wrong?
Oh, Takumi, you sweet summer child. You really haven't noticed. I'm exhausted. I can't take it anymore. So hey, you wanna come die with me?
Huh?
Once we're dead, the pain will be gone. We'll finally be at peace. Come on, only hurt for a second.
Let's just die. Die, 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 die.
Ooh, hey, hold on a minute.
Just kidding.
Man, you should have seen your face. You've been Darumi'd, brah. You've been Darumi'd, brah.
How was it? I totally had you, didn't I? I thought a nice joke first thing would help cheer you up.
That was hardly what I'd call a nice joke.
Hey!
What are you doing here anyway?
I'm on a mission from our goaliest leader. She told me to get to all the non-fighters together in the cafeteria.
Really? Hiruko's letting them back in?
Yeah, to be honest though, it's kind of a drag. Think you can help me out? Misery loves company, right? Didn't Confucius say that once?
You've got a weird way of asking for help, but I guess I can help give you a hand.
Gracias, muchacho. Now I won't have to go through with my contingency plan. Oh well, there's always next time. Tell Gaku and Tsubasa what's up, alright? Okay, thanks, bye.
Freaking Darumi, bro. Darumi waved goodbye with a cheery smile, completely at odds with the creepy stuff she'd been saying. Just have to tell Gaku and Tsubasa to come to the cafeteria, right? That should be easy enough. I better get going. To Tsubasa's room. Checking the nameplate to make sure I rang the bell by the side of the door. Ding dong. After a little while, the door opened with a clatter.
Takumi, what is it?
I'm on messenger duty. Hiruko wants us all to meet up in the cafeteria.
All of us? Even the non-fighters?
Yesterday she told us we weren't allowed to leave our rooms.
Has she taken that back?
Hiruko said that? She really has been cracking the whip. Who knows? Maybe she wants to apologize. She has been pretty harsh on you guys lately.
Come on, you don't believe that. This is Hiruko we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Just so you know, no matter what she does to us, I'm not joining the fight. It can't. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. That kind of stuff just isn't possible for me.
Aw. Still looking like she might burst into tears at any moment. Tsubasa slunk off to direction to the cafeteria. This is Gaku's room. Ding dong.
Oh, it's just you. What do you want?
Hiruko says she wants everyone to meet up in the cafeteria.
For real? Us too? What do you want us this time? I just know it's nothing good. The girl's got it in for me. It's not just her either. Bet all of you think us non-fighters are nothing but dead weight.
No, not really.
I said this before, but you guys are the weird ones, you know that? Regular people don't just go from living normal lives to fighting monsters without a second thought.
I get what you mean, but...
Fine. Hiruko wants us in the cafeteria, I'll go. If I don't, it'll only get worse for me, right? Man, oh man, we're rotten luck.
After several dramatic groans, Gaku skulked off in the direction of the cafeteria. We're the weird ones for fighting? Don't go thinking I don't know that. I'm not doing this because I enjoy it. Alright, I've done what Darumi asked me to. I should head to the cafeteria with the rest of them. Why is Hiruko getting us all together, though? Can't imagine I'm going to like what happens next. Alright, Eito, you good over there, bro? Okay, we can't even check on him. Alrighty. Oh, he's in there now. Duh. Alright, everyone's here. Guess now we'll find out what this emergency meeting is all about. What is Hiruko up to this time? Hey, can we have something to eat before we start? I'm so hungry. Give me stomach cramps. Of course, I wouldn't want you to think I'm totally heartless. Here's some disposable chopsticks I found in the trash. Feel free to grill them or have them raw if you prefer. You are totally heartless! Hiruko, please, give them some real food. Can't bear to see them like this. Very well, help yourself to dry bread, 1 per person. Just 1 slice each. We may have surplus food supplies in the refrigerator, but that doesn't mean they're unlimited. We need to use our resources wisely. Wasting them on the freeloaders would be the same as throwing them away. Freeloaders? Come on. That's fair. I've always been a useless freeloader. Even the air I breathe could probably be used more productively somewhere else. Let's move on. You're probably wondering why I summoned you here today. Okay, what's up? So why did you ask us to come here? Gaku, Tsubasa, Ima, Kako, and Shoma, the non-fighters, as we've been calling you, I have decided you're gonna leave the school. Huh? What do you mean leave? You're kicking us out? Kicking you out? What a delightful turn of phrase. Yes, I'm kicking you out. And if you won't leave of your own accord, I'll make you. That's all I have to say. Why don't you get going? Save us all a lot of trouble. What? Right now? Hiruko, have you lost your mind? Why would you do that to our friends? Why do you think we've been brought here for one purpose, and one purpose only, to fight? Anyone who can't or won't do that has no place here. So why not get rid of them? If the invaders get distracted by hunting them down in the ruins outside, at least they'll be serving a purpose. What? As decoys? Try to stay alive as long as you can. The less time the invaders spend on the school, the better. You can't just use us like that! You should be grateful. I'm giving you a chance to make yourselves useful. Even though I doubt I'd make it much difference, I'll just get stepped on like a cockroach I am, and that'll be the end of it. Hiruko, are you for real right now? You can't go through with this. It's going too far. Don't waste my time with meaningless objections. I'm leaving the school now. Not and do what I say goes. Don't think, don't argue, just obey my orders. But it's so extreme. Can't you go a little easier on us? You really don't understand the position you're in, do you? Let me ask you a question. Why should we expect to be expected to fight to protect you when you don't do nothing in return? Well, you see, now, no excuses. Pack up whatever personal belongings you have and leave. Seriously? Right now? If such a simple task is beyond you, I don't mind helping you along. I'll make you leave by force if necessary. Wait, Hiruko, please. This is all too sudden. Could you give them some more time? Time for what? Well, if you spring this on them out of the blue, the lesson won't really sink in, you know? Alright, you've got 5 days. Huh? 5 days. You've got until day 16 to make your choice. Fight alongside us or leave forever. Just 5 days? If you do decide to fight, I'll give you a little test on that day instead. I wouldn't want you telling me what I want to hear and going back on it later. What kind of test? You'll find out when the time comes. I think that covers everything. As for the rest of you, remember to stay on guard in case there's an attack today. With her customary brusque attitude, Hiruko said all she had to say and left without another word. This is just too cruel. We're supposed to be comrades, friends. Friends? Yeah, right. I bet you can't wait to get rid of us. That's not true. If we all work together, I'm sure we can get Hiruko to change her mind. Come on, man. You really think she's gonna go back down now? We still have to try. Just let it go, okay? If we're getting kicked out, we're getting kicked out. Nothing we can do about it. Makes no difference if it's now or in 5 days. It's still better than being forced to fight. Are you sure about that? I mean, once you get outside school grounds. I know, sheesh. It's bad enough that we're gonna die out there. I don't need you reminding me. Whatever, I'm done. This school, this war, this whole saving humanity thing, it can go to hell for all I care. My whole life's just been one long stripe of rotten luck. Why does bad stuff always happen to me? I better end up as a billionaire or something in my next life. After everything I've been through, I deserve to catch a break. So raving to himself, Gaku stomped away, just as unwilling to hear us out as Hiruko had been. He sure is freaking out, huh? I think I know how he feels. Not that I'm putting Gaku in the same category as a sniveling worm like me. I get what it's like to be so totally unsuited for combat that you can't even imagine having to fight for your own survival. Even our peaceful modern-day society was too competitive for me. How am I supposed to cope on the front lines of an actual war? Don't talk like that. You can't just give up. I wouldn't call it giving up. I'm just recognizing my limits. Too useless to live. Too cowardly to die. It's a miracle I even made it this far in life. Well, not so much of a miracle as to unfortunate oversight. Just simply nature's way of correcting it. Aw. Shoma gave a formal bow and left, making as little noise as possible. Shoma. I get where Hiruko's coming from, you know? It's not fair for us to hang back and let you all do the fighting. But doing anything else is really out of the question for me. Seriously, it's just not going to happen. Tsubasa. I think it must have been sent here by mistake or something. It was probably only a matter of time before I got kicked out anyway. That's the same as saying you don't care if you die out there, you know that? Yeah, but at least then it'll all be over. At least then I won't have to deal with all these confusing feelings anymore. I could see tears welling up into Boss's eyes. Before I could say anything to comfort her, she was gone too. We sure do have a lot of Debbie Downers here, don't we? Given the circumstances, I guess that's only natural. You used to be one of us, Mr. Atsuki. Why'd you have to betray us and join the Battle Freaks? I don't think I betrayed you, exactly. What should we do, brother dearest? Don't worry about a thing, sister dearest. I have a foolproof plan. You do? Yes, but I'm afraid I can't say any more than that. The element of surprise is a big part of it. Fine, keep your secrets. But you know there's still time to change your mind, right? I don't think so. Even if we do get thrown out of here, that hellish wasteland will be a paradise as long as I'm with my dear sister. As such, there's nothing more to discuss. We'll be going back to our rooms now. Be sure to fight with all your might to protect us from the invaders. The Tsukumo twins left the cafeteria arm in arm, each wearing a different expression, like a pair of sock and buskin masks. Damn, ain't a single one of them willing to fight. Not even to save their own skins. I don't think Hiruko's bluffing either. If they don't come around, she really will force them to leave. We've got 5 days. Isn't there anything we can do? She gave us that extension pretty easily, don't you think? Now that you mention it, Takumi barely had to say anything to get her to go along with it. Maybe she's expecting us to plead on their behalf? This could be another part of her plan. I think Hiruko wants us to use these 5 days to convince the others to join the fight. So that's why she agreed to it, right after I stepped in. She was planning to give us that time all along. We're all just dancing onto her tune, huh? Man, that pisses me off. I don't like it either, but if we want to save everyone, this is the only way. Okay, but how's that gonna work exactly? None of them seem like they were gonna budge on this. Yeah, I wonder why they're so dead set against fighting. I can only imagine it must be for personal reasons. In that case, we need to get them to share what those are before we can even begin to convince them. But how? Don't seem like they're willing to spill the beans. You're right. We need to get them to open up to us first. I have an idea. Why don't we sneak them some food? Food? Yeah, I'm sure they're all starving. If we can fill their bellies, there's a chance we can get them to open up to us a little. Tempt them with some bait, huh? Sounds like a plan, at least it's simple. So we gain their trust with food and then try to convince them to fight. Sounds like a major hassle. Alright, who do we get to do this? In response, all eyes in the room turn toward me. I should have seen this coming. Alright, I'll do it. Sorry, but you heard Ima. They already consider me a traitor. I probably wouldn't get anywhere with them. All the subtlety and planning crap ain't really my thing. And you just know dire meats only make it worse. Yeah, I didn't even have to come up with my own excuse. We'll still help you in any way we can, of course. Yeah, you can count on us. Not like we got anything better to do. Heck, it only reversed your social links with us if you tried to do it with all by yourself at this point. Thanks, guys. We've got 5 days. Let's make the most of them. So it's up to me to convince the non-fighters to start fighting. I'll work something out. I have to keep believing that. After taking a moment to outline our goals going forward, Eicho, Takamaru, Darumi, and I went back to our rooms. 5 days. Just 5 days to turn everything around. Convincing the whole group right away is probably too much to ask for. Just pick 1 or 2 of them to focus on. Tsubasa, Shoma, Gaku, Kako, and Ima. Those are the 5 I'm trying to persuade. Of the list, Tsubasa seems the easiest to persuade. She doesn't seem as stubborn as the others. If I give her an impassioned plea, she might come around. Okay, the first one I'm going to try to convince is Tsubasa. With that decided, I should head over to her room. I'm sure she's hungry. If I bring her some food, I bet she'll at least hear me out. Alrighty, let's do it. Ding dong. Ring the doorbell to Tsubasa's room. After a short while, the door slowly opened. What is it, Takumi? Is it Hiruko again? If you don't mind, I just want to be left alone. Actually, I came here on my own. Here, I brought you something. I figured you'd be hungry. Are those sandwiches for me? Yeah, I thought we could sit and eat together. It's just that I don't want Hiruko to catch us, so would you mind letting me in? Aw, of course, come on in. Walk into my room, you beautiful sandwiches. You too, Takumi. What am I, a consolation prize? I mean, you can't beat food, man. The moment the door closed, Tsubasa pounced on the sandwiches. This is what I've been missing. I've been craving a moist bread since we got here. I never want to see dry bread ever again. Makes my mouth feel like sandpaper. She must have been starving. She scarfed down the sandwiches in less than a minute. Phew, I'm stuffed. Thanks, Takumi. You're a lifesaver. I don't have to eat dry bread today. Have you just been living on dry bread since Hiruko banned you from the cafeteria? Yeah, that bread is so dry. Had a nightmare last night where I was stranded in the desert. Hey, would it be too much to ask you to bring over some moist bread from time to time? No problem. I can try to sneak you some bread or rice balls. Really? But in exchange, would you open up to me? Huh? Open up to you? About what? The reason why you won't fight. If you have some reason, I'd love for you to tell me. Yeah, I should have expected this. This is what you were after from the start? The sandwiches were to bribe me for information? Sorry, Tsubasa. I know I'm taking advantage of your desperation here, but desperate times calls for desperate measures. I just want to understand where you're coming from. Okay, fine. But in exchange, I'm going to want some more moist bread later. She let out a deep, resigned sigh and began to share her inner thoughts. Look, I feel bad about it. I know it's unfair for me to stay where it's safe while you guys go out there and fight. But fighting is difficult for me. It's a physical thing. What do you mean? Tsubasa? I can't keep it down. Keep it down? When I get nervous, it comes out, and not just a little bit.
Hey!
When what comes out? I don't understand what you... Puke! I puke, okay? Huh? That's just how I'm built. When I get nervous, I hurl. Come to think of it, Tsubasa is always retching. That's why if I ever fought the invaders, I'd turn the battlefield into a sea of vomit. You really want to get showered by my puke? Would you even be able to fight under those conditions? What if my puke got into your eyes? Could you take medicine or something? It's a physical thing, and medicine doesn't help the issue. I've tried all sorts of things since I was little, but none of them worked. When I get worked up, it just comes out. Even now, just picturing myself fighting the invaders. Are you okay? Oh god, no. No, I can't keep it. Tsubasa vomited all over the floor. She immediately pushed me out of her room, tears welling in her eyes. Aw. Phew. That's a tough thing to live with. She vomits whenever she's nervous. She's right that she won't be able to fight if she's constantly puking. Can't blame her for refusing. There's a chance she'll fight if she can overcome this issue. It didn't seem like she was unwilling to fight. If only I can find out a way to suppress her nausea. How though? Puking is... Puking? Eito, how long have you been there? I just came by to see if I could help with anything. So what is this about puking? I hate to air out someone's personal health struggles, but this doesn't seem like something I can solve on my own. Maybe I can ask him for advice. Alright, just keep this between us, okay? Proceed to tell Eito about Tsubasa's tendency to puke. I see. So that's what she's been dealing with. This sounds pretty tough. Yeah, I want to help her, but I don't know how. She hasn't found a successful remedy on her own, right? In that case, maybe it's better we just assume she's going to vomit and plan around that instead. What do you mean? Like have her bring a high-quality sick bag or something. Sick bag? Like the bags they have on buses? I suppose if she used the bag when she had to, she wouldn't have to worry about getting puke everywhere. But do they even have sick bags here? High quality ones at that? What about using that Gift-O-Matic in the rec room? The Gift-O-Matic? Yeah, if they don't have them here, we just need to make them. Seems like it's able to make most things. It's worth looking into. We headed over to the rec room together to check the Gift-O-Matic. Okay, fashionable sick pouch. It looks like a fashionable pouch at first glance, but it contains an odor and liquid-proof barf bag. It can be fully washed for max cleanliness. A fashionable sick pouch. This looks perfect. Tsubasa sure to open up if we give this to her as a present. The materials we need are string, a plastic bag, and a fashionable pouch. String and plastic bags seem easy to find, but a fashionable pouch may prove tricky. If anyone's likely to have a pouch, it'd be a girl. Maybe I can negotiate a trade of some sort. I'll look for a fashionable pouch if you can handle the string and plastic bag. And so Eito and I split up to gather the materials we needed to make the sick bag. Now where to start? I guess I'll just ask everyone. Alright, preparing for persuasion missions. Give Tsubasa a heartfelt gift to persuade her. Talk to the other characters to gather information about what you should get her. You might also need to go exploring to get the materials you need to make the gift. Give everything you have to persuade Tsubasa. Okay. We got Dadami out here. Dadami, where art thou, Dadami? There you are. Dadami, do you have a fashionable pouch? If you do, could I have it? I don't use them. I just dump all my makeup in my bag. I even throw my mirror in there raw dog. So I always end up cutting my finger on the cracked surface. Right. You should be careful. I always imagined that all girls carried around pouches and accessory bags, but I guess that's not the case. I mean, I might not have one, but I've got some ideas where you might find a pouch. Really? Back around where we found Eito, I found what looked like a dilapidated cosmetics shop. I memorized it where it was so I could go maybe pick up something from there later. Can you tell me where it is? I got the general coordinates of the cosmetics shop from Dadami. If I can't find a pouch somewhere inside the school, I'll go check this place out later. Cool. Look, Takumi. I found a plastic bag. Nice one, Eito. One item down. Let's keep this up. Where should I look next? Any idea? You seem pretty upbeat. I don't know. I'm just having some fun. Feels like a treasure hunt. I spend a lot of time in the hospital, so I never got to hang out with friends like this. I mean, we're not exactly playing around here, but whatever. He did find one of the, and it's not him talking. I mean, we're not exactly playing around here, but whatever. He did find one of the items after all. A fashionable pouch? I don't have anything like that. I've never even used one before. Not even once? We don't even carry around bags or wallets. We'd only be targeted by robbers if we did. We tie all our valuables to our bodies so they're secure. That's just being street smart. Yes, we literally keep things on our person. That reminds me of the nights we spent sleeping on the streets, me snuggling up against my sister dearest. We were pressed up very close. What kind of horrible struggles did these guys go through? You can have a piece of string. Recommend you tie your valuables to your thigh. Thanks, I'll do that. Well, I didn't find a pouch. I managed to get some string. That's progress at least. How's it going, Takumi? You getting anywhere with them? Still working on it. I talked to Tsubasa, but it's a little complicated. I have a feeling that she'll choose to fight with us. Yeah, bike lovers ain't no cowards. Bike lovers? Does Tsubasa like bikes? I mean, all vehicles, really. She's a huge mecha geek. She really knows her shit. Never met a girl who knew more about bikes than me. That much, huh? Apparently her grandpa runs a workshop. She hung out there every day where she learned how to be a mechanic. You know, I vaguely recall her saying something like that.
I wonder if the workshop's still standing after all that.
Workshop?
Oh, it's just a little garage I run with my grandpa. We mostly just tune up cars, but we do other stuff too. I've always liked tinkering with machines, so I've been watching my grandpa work ever since I was little.
Your grandpa's workshop, huh? I should file this information away. It might help me convince her. By the way, Takamaru, you know where I could find a fashionable pouch? A what? Yeah, I knew it was a long shot. A what? Well, we got string in a plastic bag, but we came up short on the fashionable pouch. Yeah, but I got a lead on where we might be able to find one. According to what Darumi told me, there's a cosmetics shop where we found Eito outside the school. We'll go check it out tomorrow. Day 12. Ready to go hunt for that fashionable pouch, Takumi? Let's do it. Treasure chest spaces will now appear during explorations. Landing on one will grant you a key item, needed to unlock a gift. By attaining key items from treasure chests, you'll be able to make new gifts with the Gift-O-Matic. Many characters' preferred items can be made from key items, so try to land on treasure chest spaces whenever you can. Okay, let's head for the cosmetics shop. It's somewhere around the spot where we found you. Then that should be in that direction. Oh, I see some treasure chest spots, though. Okay. Search is start. We have a treasure chest spot right there. Got another one right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and get as much as we can. Hopefully, we don't have to fight too much because it's only us two, so I don't think we're gonna really survive. Ah, come on, man. Bro, what the heck? Eito's dead, man. Oh my god, a battle? Seriously? It's just me! I can't fight this. I can't. I'm gonna get a game over. And now we're here, you got a fashionable pouch. Look, Takumi, you got a fashionable pouch. Now we have all the materials we need. Let's get back to the rec room and make that gift for Tsubasa. Cool. We got quite a bit here. Got some of those treasure stuff too. All right, let's do it. Yes, we made a fashionable sick pouch. We did it, Takumi. I'm sure Tsubasa will feel relieved when we give this to her. Yeah, it'll eliminate her issue with fighting with us. Of course, just because we eliminate her reason for not fighting doesn't necessarily mean she'll join us. If it comes to it, you're going to have to remind Tsubasa of her reason for fighting. Yeah, what's that? The important people we left behind at the Tokyo residential complex. The things people need to protect. I'm sure if you remind her of that, she'll get on board. The important people we left back in the TRC. So someone like that, like what Kadoa is to me. Not only do we eliminate her reason for not fighting, we need to remind her that she has a reason to fight too. Seems pretty challenging. Guess there's no point about being negative. I'll go swing by her place then. Takumi, why'd you come back? Look, I'm sorry, but could you give up trying to get me to fight? You saw it yourself, I puked all over the place. Having a puke girl like me on the battlefield is only going to cause everyone trouble. Wait, you're giving this to me? Wow, it's such a cute pouch. But why are you giving me this? Wait, are you trying to bribe me again? You don't need to be so alarmed. I just wanted to talk to you for a bit. Can you tell me again why you're so adamant about not fighting? Alright, here we go. Persuasion mission. Say the right things to Tsubasa as she shares her worries and convince her to fight. You can choose what to say by pressing left stick twice, okay? The number of options may increase as the conversation progresses, okay? If you choose the right responses, the persuasion rate will increase. Bring this gauge to 100% to successfully persuade her. Even if you fail, you'll be able to try again from the last failure point. So don't worry, just do your best with persuade Tsubasa. I think my problem is I talk too fast. I read too fast. I already told you why I can't fight.
It's because it comes out when I get nervous. I start puking like a fountain in a fancy park. I know I'm going to puke if I ever fight against those invaders. And it's gonna get everywhere. I mean, I don't mind if I puke on myself, but...
Okay.
You don't need to worry about a little puke, Tsubasa.
Of course I worry! I can't help it if I get puke all over myself, but it'll still cause trouble for everyone else. The thought of getting my puke on someone else's clothes, it makes me sick to my stomach. It's not like you want to fight all covered in puke. No, there's no way I can fight.
Good, perfect.
Just use that sick bag.
Huh?
This is a sick bag? It's a fashionable sick pouch. I know it just looks like a regular accessory pouch. I've never seen a sick bag like that look this cute. I wouldn't even be embarrassed to carry this around in public. If you're gonna spew into this. That way you won't cause trouble for anyone else. You can puke Wherever you need
You
to.
don't need to be afraid anymore.
Nice. So how about it, Tsubasa? Will you fight alongside us now? Tsubasa? I'm sorry, Takumi. I know you went through all the trouble and everything, but I really don't think I can fight. Why not? Your puking issues should be solved now. I can't just puke in front of everyone like it's nothing. I'm sure everyone would make fun of me. Of course, what Tsubasa can't handle isn't the puking itself, but that everyone would see her do it. I know that now is not the time to be embarrassed, and there's a part of me that wants to get out there and fight with you.
But I can't handle getting teased for my puking anymore.
Her voice is trembling. She must have suffered a lot because of her nervous stomach. I'm here if you want to talk about it. You must have been through a lot because of your ailment. I don't mind telling you, but it's kind of a bummer. I needed to eliminate Tsubasa's hangups with her vomiting and get her to join the fight. I've got to try this again.
You want to know my nickname in grade school? It was Pukette.
That's a cool nickname,
All the
though.
bullies in my class made fun of me for my puking. Do you know how much of an impact puking can have on your life? I lost friends every time I puked in public. Like how someone who I thought was a friend would one day start calling me Pukette. Or how the boys would loudly exclaim how the class smelled like puke. It was hard each time I lost a friend, and it made me sad. I'd cry in secret and puke some more.
Hey, good, nice.
We wouldn't make fun of you.
I trust you, but I don't know about the others. A few of them could be mean. What if they gave me another cruel nickname? If someone ever called me Pukette, I'd probably
Oh, oops. Not the right one.
Don't worry, they're all good people. There's nothing to be scared of.
I didn't even say that. You're only number 2 weeks. My bad. My bad. I guess it was just too much to ask to trust people. My bad. Oh, went down 5%. Tsubasa is terrified of being teased and ostracized by the others. If I don't eliminate that worry for her, she'll never agree to fight with us. I have to get her to understand that I'll never abandon her.
What? No! I'm too scared. I can't.
I'll puke too.
I'll puke with you.
What? What are you talking about? If you puked on your own, you'd stand out, so I'll puke with you. That way we'll both share half the attention. No way I'm letting anyone willing to fight for their loved ones get ostracized for
They're
puking.
gonna have to make fun of me too.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm being serious. I mean, I'll puke for you right here, right now if you want me to.
Tsubasa stared at me as if she was trying to figure me out. Gave her as meaningful a look as I could return. I won't let Tsubasa go through this alone. If she gets made fun of, then so will I. I continued to meet her gaze in silence. I had a feeling that if I looked away now, she'd close herself off again. 1 minute, then 2. I continued to meet her gaze without even blinking. Then suddenly her expression relaxed as if I had gotten through to her.
I see. You're stupid, aren't you?
Puke with me? Are you crazy? How did you get like this? Aw. It wasn't the reaction I was expecting, but I got her to smile at least. I don't know how long it's been since I had a real heart-to-heart with someone. I try my best to hide my feelings from others because I'm afraid of puking. Would have never imagined this. Tsubasa looks so cheerful and friendly, but underneath it all, she's actually very troubled. I'm sorry, Tsubasa. I'm sorry for asking you to fight when I didn't know everything you've been through. I had no idea how tough things have been for you. But as long as you're in this school, I'll never let you feel lonely. Wait, hold on. Are you saying you see me as some kind of charity case? Should I not be? Life hasn't been that hard for me. Granted, things didn't go out well at school, but I still had a place I felt like I could belong. A place where Tsubasa feels like she belongs. Memory serves. Apparently her grandpa runs a workshop. She hung out there every day where she learned how to be a mechanic. Do you mean your grandpa's workshop? How did you know that? Takamaru told me. You hung out there every day, he said. Yeah, tinkering with machines in my grandpa's workshop was always the highlight of my day. So you don't need to worry about me that much. People can get by well enough as long as they have one place they can belong. Tsubasa's face lit up the moment she began talking about her grandpa's workshop. It must be the most important thing in the world to her. If it's anything like how Kata was to me, then do you mind sharing what it was like spending at your grandpa's workshop? If her grandpa's workshop is the thing that matters most to her, then maybe that can be the reasons to fight.
Because of the way I am, I always try to keep my emotions in check. All I can think about is not letting anything make me puke. But I can finally be myself when I'm tinkering with machines in my grandpa's workshop. Machines are really fascinating and let me forget about the world. I'd get covered in oil every day, helping my grandpa with his work. Of course, I failed a lot too, but Grandpa would always cheer me up with his belly laughs.
Yeah, that's definitely the right one.
Fail as much as you want, Tsubasa. Star players make mistakes, but they make the big plays too. No matter how much I messed up, he'd never kick me out. Even when his granddaughter was a good-for-nothing puker, he'd always look after me. That's why I love his workshop. It's the embodiment of his kindness.
Haha.
Your grandpa's really nice.
Yeah, my grandpa's the nicest grandpa in the world. He's a royal grease monkey who always protects his granddaughter. His workshop is his castle. My dream is to one day take over his workshop. I want to protect the place that's protected me all of my life.
You know, his workshop might get destroyed.
Remember what Skye said. If we don't fight, we can't protect what matters most to us. Your friends, families, everything you hold dear from your lives into TRC. If we lose this war, all of that will be forfeit. But wasn't he just lying? As shitty as Skye may have been, I don't think everything he told us was a lie. TRC was attacked by tons of invaders before we were brought here. Our loved ones being in imminent danger might well be true. So my grandpa's workshop is in danger too? It's entirely possible. No way. Tsubasa was at a loss for words. The possibility that her loved ones could be attacked by the invaders terrified her. Took a step closer to her and stared right into her eyes.
If you want to protect your grandpa's workshop, then there's only one thing for you to do. Find the courage to fight the invaders.
But can a coward like me do that?
Don't worry. You don't have to do it alone. We'll protect what's important to you together. So just protect us in return. Come with us.
And protect what
matters most to us together.
Persuasion complete. Only one fail, but that's all good. It's all good. Listen to me. Successfully persuade someone. Fighting to protect humanity? To protect my grandpa and his workshop? Can someone like me really do that? Freaking music, man. Of course you can. You don't have to do it alone. You can make it through this together. I'm not making any promises, and I'm going to need a little more time. But I won't run from the truth or write myself off anymore. I'll think about what it is I really want and what I need to make it happen. Is that okay? Sure, that sounds great. Okay, and thanks, Takumi. Day 13. Phew, I did what I could with Tsubasa. Try to work on the others now. There are 4 people left to convince: Ima, Kako, Shoma, and Gaku. Of the 4, Gaku seems the most likely to hear me out. He doesn't seem like a bad guy, maybe a little outlandish and noisy, but I'm sure I can get on board. Okay, I'll talk to Gaku next. There's no time to waste. I grabbed the sandwich offering and headed over to Gaku's room. Your place is pretty interesting, man. Huh? Why I won't fight? Because I'm scared, obviously. After filling up on the sandwiches I had brought him, Gaku revealed the reason why he won't fight. I mean, how's it not scary? What the hell are those invader monsters anyway? They're like straight from the manga. There's no way I can face them. I'd rather get kicked out of the school than have to fight them. If you get kicked out, you're guaranteed to die. Isn't it better to fight and live longer than... I'm telling you, I can't. I can't help that I'm scared. How can all of you be fine fighting those monsters? You're the ones who are crazy, not me. I must have a couple screws loose. It's not like we want to fight either, but we have no other choice. We want to protect what matters to us most. If you don't defend the school, everyone in the Tokyo residential complex is in danger. I mean, what? Don't you have people you care about? If we don't fight the invaders here, they might be killed. People I care about? I don't have anyone like that. What? But your family? I don't have a family. I'm an orphan who was abandoned as a baby. I worked and survived at the poor group home that took me in. I found myself falling silent. I had no idea Gaku had such a past. I see. Sorry, I didn't know. Whatever. I don't really care. Besides, being an orphan isn't all bad. Because all I gotta do is look out for myself. I don't give a crap about the TRC. But are you sure? If the TRC goes down, everyone dies. You might not have any family, but surely you have people you don't want to see die. I told you I don't. I struggle enough looking after myself. It's been like this my whole life. I'm only looking out for number one. Okay, we're done here. Go home. Wait, hold on. Just hear me out. I told you I won't fight. If you want me to risk my life so much, then bring me money. Money's the only thing I risk my life for. Bring me a fat stack of bills, then we'll talk. Money? Judge me all you want. I don't care what people say. This is how I live my life. If you're not gonna pay me, then get the heck out of here. Shoo, shoo. Gaku pushed me right out of his room. Well, that didn't work. Seems like the only way he'll hear me out is if I actually bring him money. But nobody has money here. We were basically brought here with just the clothes on our backs. If I can't pay him money, maybe I can give him some sort of gift instead. I have to bribe him with something else. In any case, I need to get him to open up to me. Let me try making a gift for Gaku using the gift-o-matic in the rec room. But what will get him to open up to me? There's something he wants, something with monetary value. No point trying to think of something on my own. I'll go ask the others and see if they have any ideas. You gonna be in the same place, Tarumi? Right by the steps. Look, Takumi, look what I found. What's that? A surgical scalpel. I was wandering around some ruins when I found an old hospital. I rummaged through the debris and excavated a whole surgery kit. I can't believe I found such a nice blade. Must be my lucky day. Just think how much easier I could do my cutting. Yeah. Tarumi swung the scalpel around as she ran down the hallway. She sounded like a psychotic slasher. Something Gaku might want. What about some needles and thread? Needles and thread? Apparently Gaku's really good at sewing. And he don't seem like no amateur. Once he looked at the embroidery on my jacket, I got all worked up. He was all like, not bad embroidery, but I can do something like that easy. So Gaku can sew. Surprised that Gaku has such a domestic side to him. Where do you think he learned how to sew? Well, he's the oldest of the big family. After having to sew up the clothes his brothers ripped up day in and day out, he just got good at it. Big family? That's not what he told me. He said he was an orphan. Apparently he's got over 20 siblings. Like, holy shit, right? But I guess every family's got their issues. Wait a second. Maybe those are the other foster kids living in the group home. But if that's the case, turns out he's got a family after all. I should make note of this. Gaku's got a family of foster siblings. A present for Gaku? What about clothes? Clothes? Guess his outfits are always patched up. He doesn't have a lot of clothes or the money to buy more. I see, so he doesn't have the means. So I think he'd be very happy if you gave him clothes. But I can't just bring him any old clothes. It'll have to be something he likes. I'm going to get him clothes. I need to research his tastes. I peeked into the war room and saw Hiruko typing something on the computer with a serious look on her face. What are you doing, Hiruko? I'm looking over his footage of past battles and making a record. A record? A record of how many invaders and which commanders we took out. Basically, I'm creating objective data detailing how much we've contributed to this war. She's even doing administrative work? She might be hard to get along with, but she's certainly brilliant and capable. Isn't that a lot of work? Obviously, you think I want to do this boring work? Well, I don't. But it's still important. We need to keep these kinds of records. Or they might try to shortchange us when it comes to our reward when the war's over. Reward? Didn't I mention it? These invaders have a pretty nice bounty on their heads. That's what Sarai told us, at least. If that's true, then we're not fighting for free. And that's why I'm documenting all this for you, so that doesn't happen. So there are rewards for taking out the invaders. Might be able to use this information later when I'm trying to get Gaku on board. By the way, do you know if there's anything Gaku might want? Huh? Sorry, never mind. She's like, excuse me? Okay, I'm starting to get an idea of what present to get for Gaku. A present for Gaku? What about clothes? Gaku's always wearing patched up clothes, so a gift related to clothing might be good. Although giving him clothes isn't a good plan. I'm sure he has his own taste and style, and the chances of him liking whatever clothes I pick out are low. Apparently, Gaku's good at sewing. You don't seem like no amateur. According to Takemaru, Gaku can sew, and pretty well at that. Then what about giving him a sewing kit? He'd be able to make whatever clothes he wants and even keep wearing his current clothes by mending them whenever he needs to. I searched for the gift-o-matic for sewing-related gifts. After a few minutes of searching, found a sewing kit. With all the tools needed for any project, in the hands of an expert, it's better than a machine. A sewing kit. This looks good. Materials I'll need are needles, thread, and scissors, and cotton. There's a lot of materials. Gathering them all is going to be a pain. I was wandering around some ruins when I found an old hospital. I rummaged through the debris and excavated a whole surgery kit. If the place Dadumi found was surgical facility, it might have needles and thread for stitching. It's also sure to have scissors, and if there are medical cotton pads, that might work in place with the cotton. Okay, I'll go exploring tomorrow. Have Dadumi show me the abandoned hospital so I can gather those materials. Cool. Day 14. 2 more days until the end of the world. No, I'm just kidding. Ready to go find more scalpels for my cutting, Takumi?
Hey!
Do you mean to look for materials to make Gaku's present, Darumi? Alright, let's do this. Okay, take me to that hospital, Darumi.
Yo, okay, but don't get mad at me if I get lost.
Is there anything I can get right now, or are they all blocked off? So let me go and grab those first. So the first one's going to be over here. We got notes on a depressing story, and we love that. We also got the tire print shirt earlier. All right, you got needles, thread, scissors, and cotton. Cool. All right, I got all the materials.
Okay, can we go home then?
I'm getting bored. I just want to go back to my room and play depressing eroges. Cool. We got a bottle and notes on a depressing story while we were out and about. Let's go ahead and make it.
Aha!
Yes, the sewing kit's done. Immediately headed to Gaku's room with a newly made gift. Doesn't matter how many times you come over, I'm never going to fight those invaders. The only way to convince me is with a sack full of money. The heck is this? A sewing kit? Wait, you're giving this to me? Yeah, I figured you could use this sewing kit to make whatever clothes you wanted. Or you can just keep mending the clothes you already have. You're good at sewing, right? Alright, I gotta admit, this is pretty thoughtful. I just noticed some holes in my clothes. Yes, it's a pretty good reaction. I can tell Gaku's expression is softening. Look, I feel bad saying this after you gave this to me and all, but I still can't fight with you. I'm seriously terrified of those invaders. As you can see, I'm not exactly the big macho Chad type. No, I'm not asking you to fight just in exchange for this gift. More like a gift so I can get a chance to talk to you some more. Gaku, would you mind telling me why you're so against fighting? Alrighty. Why won't I fight? Isn't it obvious?
Hey!
Because I'm freaking terrified!
Get dragged to this completely insane place, and then they tell me to go fight these monsters? Like, what am I supposed to do? What even are these invaders? They look like they came straight out of a manga. Yeah, no way. Doesn't matter how much you ask, I can't and I won't. I mean, you tell me. How can you guys even bring yourselves to fight them? Seems like you're the ones with a few screws loose.
Nice, perfect.
Gaku, if you fight, you can make money.
What? Make money? According to Hiruko, every invader you bag nets you a bounty reward. If you fight the invaders with us, you'll be able to make some serious cash. No freaking way! So you're saying this could be a way out of being broke? No, not just that. We actually have a chance of hitting it big and getting rich. Gaku, come fight with us. Let's get through this war and make a ton of cash. I extended my hand and urged him to participate in the coming battles, but Gaku wouldn't take my hand. Instead, he averted his gaze and bit his lip. What's the matter? You don't want money? Yeah, I do. Real bad. You have any idea how long I've been broke? I'd gladly risk my life. No, 2 of my lives for a big payout. Then... But if I decide to fight here and help you take out the invaders, then all those bastards in the TRC could be safe too. Isn't that a good thing? No way. It's not fair. Not fair? I told you I'm an orphan, right? I grew up poor in a group home. You may not know this, but society pretty much treats you like dirt when you're a poor orphan. No matter how much I ask for help, those jerks in the complex never even gave me the time of day.
They didn't help me, so why should I help them? How is that fair?
Fair? Now's not the time to be thinking about fair. Shut up! You grew up in a happy family. I don't want to hear crap from you. Gaku started breathing heavily as he shut me down. His hatred towards the society that abandoned him is Gaku's true reason for not fighting. He never agreed to join us until this hatred is addressed.
Hey!
Gaku, I'm here if you want to talk about it. I'd love to know everything you've been through. I decided to ask Gaku about his past to see if I could find a way to change his mind.
You want to know how many jobs I was holding down back in the complex? 17. I was working 24/7, 365 days a year. I worked every day until I was about to collapse, and I don't have a single penny to my name. It all went to running the group home. I never got any time to myself.
Aw, crap.
Well, I want to help you.
Shut up, I don't need your help. Feel sorry for me, then give me money. After that, you can bring me a rich girl with huge knockers. Seems like empathy only has the opposite effect. So good, I failed. What can I do to get Gaku to fight? Okay. Why did I have to work this much? Why did I deserve this?
Isn't that messed up? So I asked adults for help, to show some love to our home, but we got nothing. Politicians ignored our request for assistance. I went to companies to ask for donations and got tea thrown in my face. There's no way I'm gonna help any of them. I wish they'd all die. I will never, ever, ever.
Save your siblings.
My siblings? Takamaru told me. You're the oldest in the group home. You have a lot of foster siblings. If the complex gets destroyed, they'll all die. You're fine letting the invaders massacre your entire family? Gaku fell silent. He seemed rattled. As much as he seems to hate the complex at large, there's no way he'd just abandon his family. He's bound to change his mind once he realizes his siblings are in danger. No, I'm still not fighting. What? Don't you even care if your whole family gets killed? They're not my family. It's not like we're blood related. They're just strangers who happen to live in the same group home as me. What's wrong with you? You may not be blood related, but you're still family. Not only are they not family, they're a huge burden. I've had to suffer my entire life because of those stupid brats. Just thinking about it ticks me off. They freaking used me. If it weren't for me, or for them, my life wouldn't be as miserable. Those brats can go die, 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 die!
I hope the invaders kill every single one of those brats.
What's with this guy, really? I get his anger towards the TRC, but why his family as well? They went through the same hardships. Gaku, why are you so angry at your family? Would you mind telling me? I needed to abate Gaku's anger and get him to fight. I decided to try again.
The reason I was holding down so many jobs at once was to earn enough money to feed my siblings. Every cent I earned disappeared into their stomachs. I'm the one working myself to the bone, but I couldn't even afford to buy a single shirt. And despite all that, they never even thanked me once. They just complained about how there was never enough food or snacks. They treated me like a slave. If anything broke, they figured I'd fix it. They ripped their shirt, Gaku will mend that too. I must have mended their clothes thousands of times.
You sound like
I'd
a
stay
mom.
up all
That's
night
definitely
just
it.
to sew for them. They're little parasites that drained me of my time and money. If it weren't for them, I would have had free time and money for myself. I could have bought new clothes, eaten some good food, maybe even moved out on my own. Oh, give me back my time and money! Damn it! Just die! Die, 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 die!
What?
Enough already!
Not until society gives me what I've owed. Turn into such a piece of trash because society sucks. It's all society's fault, not mine. Okay. Well, love that.
Die, 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 die! The invaders can kill every last one of those brats. I wouldn't even shed a tear.
Oh, you just weren't supposed to say anything. Just supposed to let him vent. Damn it, die! They can all die! They all deserve to die! They all should just die. But then why? Why is it when I imagine them being killed?
I start crying!
It's because you don't want them to die. Not really. But if you think about it, I'd be way better off without them. They don't add any benefit to my life. Family's not about benefits. You should know that better than anyone. You're trying to convince yourself that you should abandon them when you knew you can't. You're only making yourself suffer. How about you give up and just accept it? Fight to save your siblings. You want me to save the little brats who ruined my life? Damn it, my life sucks. Was I a panty thief in my previous life?
Gaku, if you don't want to help the Tokyo residential complex, that's fine. I'm not doing this to save the world either. Honestly, as long as I can protect what matters most to me, that's all I care about.
I took a step closer to him and stared right into his eyes.
You don't need to save the Tokyo residential complex. You don't even need to let go of your hate. Just fight to protect what matters most to you, like me, for the ones waiting for you at the group home.
Just fight for your
Fight for your
family.
family.
Persuasion complete. I never asked for all those brothers and sisters, you know. My own parents didn't want me, so who needs family? They just get in the way. Why should I have to keep busting my hump for them? Even now, they could be a million miles for all I know. My whole life I've had to sacrifice everything for their sakes. Talk about rotten luck. But still, I can't just abandon them. They're family. We might not be related by blood, but they're the only family I've got, you know? Of course, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be there for your family. Is it asking too much for you to fight for them too? Sorry, but can you give me some time alone? I need to think through all this. Sure, I understand. Thanks, man. You're a real decent guy. I feel a little better about myself now. Day 15. Ding dong, a bing bong.
Get ready for your 50th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to be ready to give your...
For Barbaric Anime! The announcement played like usual, and I got out of bed feeling like it would be just another morning. But then... Ding dong! Who could that be? Opened the door and welcomed my guest inside. How did you like the meatloaf? A real taste of home, right? Just like Mama used to make. There's a reason for that. I sliced your mother up into little pieces and put her in the... Just kidding. You've been Darwin. Yeah, sure, you got me. Did you want something or did you just come here to prank me? Don't shoot the messenger, bro. Mistress Hiruko sent me on important business. Mistress Hiruko? She wants you and me and Takemaru and Edo to meet up in the cafeteria. That means right the F's now, mister. Anyway, now you know. I have to go tell the others. Mistress Hiruko's orders must be carried out promptly and efficiently. The enemy bounded away, leaving chaos and confusion in her wake. Another meeting, huh? It's only us this time. The deadline's tomorrow, so maybe Hiruko wants to discuss that test she mentioned. Well, only one way to find out. Cafeteria, here I come. Alright, we still got time, so let's go ahead and do so. Ah, you're all here. You bet we are. I gather them all up, just like you told me. I can see that. You did an admirable job, Darumi. Mistress praised me. Did something happen between those two? Come on, let's hear it. What do you want this time? I want to report on your progress. How are your attempts to win over the non-fighters going? So this was part of your plan. Have you managed to convince them yet? You only have 1 day left. Well, not all of them, but I think Tsubasa and Gaku are starting to come around. I see. That's good. I didn't expect you to convert all 5, of course. But we can deal with the holdouts later. Deal with them how? True to my original plan, anybody who doesn't have the will to fight will be forced to leave tomorrow. What? Wait a minute! It took a while, but we've made real progress. With just a little more time, I'm sure we can... I'm sorry, but a promise is a promise. I can't go back on my word. But without any protection or battle experience, they'll die out there. If they're not going to contribute to the war effort anyway, what difference does it make? Why does it have to be like this? To defeat the invaders and win the war naturally. You really think abandoning these guys is going to make it easier for us to win? I'm certain of it. I've already pointed out the possibility of them drawing the enemy's attention away from the school for a while. There's also the chance that facing real danger will knock some sense into them and finally bring out their fighting spirit. Those chances are slim. It's not worth the risk. There's nothing I won't do for the sake of victory. Allowing victory to elude us would render the risks we've taken and the sacrifice we've made up to now completely meaningless. If you have time to spend worrying about the others, I prefer you spend it training to use your Hemo Anima more effectively. The enemy commanders are far stronger than us. We'll never defeat them if we get too hung up on our own survival. When push comes to shove, we'll have to be prepared to give our lives. As usual, Hiruko left no room for discussion, leaving us alone to mull over her words and consider our options. Yeah, such an ice queen. How could anybody not stand that? Something she says just now bothers me. Aside from the obvious, you mean? Yes, but never mind. It's probably just my imagination. Nothing worth worrying about. What's our next move? Today's our last chance to save those guys. Hey! I'll talk to them one last time. Might not do any good, but it's worth a try. We have to do something, or it'll be over before then for them tomorrow. You're right. We can't possibly abandon our friends to such cruel fate. I won't let Hiruko force them out either. I'll step in to protect them if I have to. You can use violence and threats to get people to do what you want. Society just don't work like that. I never expected Takemaru to be the one to uphold the laws of society. Appearances can be deceiving, I guess. In the back of my mind, I've been hoping, really, that Hiruko would go back on her plan and cut the non-fighter some slack. I can see now how foolish I've been to think that. Even if I've managed to change Tsubasa and Gaku's minds, Shoma and the twins will still have to leave. Can't let that happen. Let's try to talk to them one last time. I should talk to Shoma, Ima, and Kako before it's too late. This Shoma's room. I wonder if he's in. Ding dong. Hello, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for ruining your day with my existence. Well, we're off to a great start here. Hey, Shoma, that deadline Hiruko set for you guys is coming up tomorrow, you know. Are you sure you won't reconsider things? At this rate, she really is going to throw you out. Yes, I know. I guess I'll just be thrown out like the trash I am. You don't really want that though, right? You shouldn't expect too much from me. I'm so hopelessly inept that me losing is basically a foregone conclusion, no matter what kind of conflict it is. This isn't some kind of physical or psychological shortcoming I can work on and overcome someday. My uselessness is baked into me at a cellular level. I may as well accept my fate. My staying here would only cause more trouble for everyone. You understand what you're saying, right? Once you get beyond the wall of fire, you'll probably die. Yes, I know. I've accepted that too. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's better to get over with now. So I don't really let you down later. Sorry you had to end up here with someone like me. Well, Shoma bowed his head in a gesture of deep regret and disappeared back into the darkness of his room. It's no good. He's too pessimistic for me to convince him now. Me should be more willing to listen. Ring the doorbell waited. After a little while, the door was pulled open by a shaky, hesitant hand. Brother dears? Oh, it's you, Takumi. Sorry if I surprised you. Just wanted to ask you something. Have you made your decision on what you're going to say tomorrow? If you don't agree to fight like the rest of us, you'll have to leave. I know, but my dear brother said he had a plan. He said there's no need for me to fight. Just like he said there's no need for me to ever get married or leave home. I feel like that's a discussion for another day. Okay, but let's put Ema and his plan aside for now. What do you want to do? Me? Was it really that hard of a question? I don't really know. My dear brother usually handles all these big decisions. It's a little different now. I have no choice but to go along with what he says. Alright, I guess that's that then. Thank you for coming. Kako bowed uncertainly and closed the door, being careful to avoid making eye contact the whole time. That's about what I expected. Can't imagine a timid girl like that ever going out on the battlefield. Ding dong. Oh, Mrs. Sumino, it's you. To what do I owe the pleasure? Don't tell me you're still hoping to convert me to your side. How much do you think you can achieve in just one day? Ema, please, at least think about it. I've done all the thinking I need to, Mr. Sumino. My safety is guaranteed thanks to the plan I've come up with. Oh, right. You mentioned before you had a plan of your own. It's a simple enough solution. All I need is a way for me and my dear sister to remain at the academy without needing to fight. There's no way Hiruko's going to allow that. That's the problem my strategy aims to address. And what is the strategy exactly? Oh, I'm so sorry, but I can't tell you that. If you knew about it, it would lose all strategic value. Ema waved me goodbye and closed the door, his easy smile devoid of any kind of fear or anxiety. He seems so confident. Hope the secret plan of his isn't anything violent. I've talked to all three of them. I've talked to all three of the remaining non-fighters, but it hasn't done any good. Done what I can now. I guess I'll just go back to my room. I had a feeling it would turn out this way, but I'm still not happy about it. If those three really are kicked out tomorrow, what'll happen to them then? Isn't there anything I can do? Ding dong! Wonder who that could be. Has one of them changed their mind after all? Hope fluttered in my chest as I went to the door, but when I opened it... Oh, it's just you, Eito. Hello, Takumi. May I have a moment of your time? Oh, hey, Eito. What's up? I wanted to discuss something with you. You know, about Hiruko. Hiruko. What about her? You remember what I told you in the cafeteria this morning? Something Hiruko said back then bothered me. I've been thinking about it, and I'm sure that now that it's important. So what did she say that was so strange? I thought you said it was probably nothing. That was just an excuse. I thought it would be better if we didn't discuss it in front of everyone. What do you mean? I'm almost certain Hiruko is hiding something from us. If I had pressed the matter, we'd have gotten into a big argument. Things are strained enough right now as it is. I didn't want to risk escalating them further. I guess that makes sense. What is it that you think she's hiding? I want you to think back to what Hiruko told us before she left, and see if anything stands out. The enemy commanders are far stronger than us. We'll never defeat them if we get too hung up on our own survival. That humanoid invader with the strange transformation was certainly stronger than any other foes we've come up against. But she said commanders, plural, not singular. Huh? You never fought an invader like that before, or since. It's not impossible that there's others like it out there. But Hiruko spoke about there being more of it as if it was a sure thing. Now that you mention it, that is kind of weird. Bear in mind, what I'm about to say is just my own conjecture. But it seems to me that Hiruko views this war differently from the rest of us. Almost like she knows something we don't. That wouldn't be out of the question. She did say she's been fighting the invaders a lot longer than we have. But if the people in charge have told her something, or if she's found out something for herself, what could it be? Only one way to find out. We have to ask her about it ourselves. What? Just like that? There's no way she'd tell us the truth that easily. She'll probably brush the whole thing off. Knowing what she knows would allow us all to make a more informed decision. It makes sense strategically speaking. If she insists on dodging the issue after that, we can get everyone together and put more pressure on her. We can even make her step down as a leader. What? If Hiruko's no longer in charge, she won't have any authority to make the others leave. It's not like we voted her into that position to begin with anyway. You're basically suggesting we stage a mutiny. Isn't that a step too far? I don't think it'll come to that. Hiruko won't let anything happen that might jeopardize our chances of beating the invaders. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what this information that she's hiding is, but if it can help us give us a better perspective on the war, we ought to know about it. Might even make the last 3 non-fighters change their minds. It's a chance worth betting on, don't you think? I guess. You see, it's in everyone's best interest for Hiruko to share what she knows with us. The thing is, though, she scares me. I'm not great at talking to people anyway, and I don't think I can make a case very well. I always feel better around you, Takumi, and you have quite a way with words, so that's what this is all about. Alright, I'll go with you and try to get the truth out of Hiruko. Thank you. I think it's the best if we talk in private. Just the 3 of us, before involving anyone else. I believe Hiruko is in the leisure lounge on the 3rd floor alone. Would you mind coming along with me right now? Sure, no problem. Let's go talk to her. Thank you, Takumi. Is Hiruko really hiding something? I can only hope she'll be honest with us. If she refuses, things could get complicated. Well, I'm sure it'll work out somehow. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and check it out. Eito said Hiruko was in the leisure lounge. What will she be doing here all on her own? Look, Takumi, over there. Eito pointed to the pool from where we were standing, where we could make out a shadow moving in the water. As we got closer, whatever it was came to the surface, sending a spray of water across the edge of the pool. Standing there was, of course.
Your peeping technique leaves a lot to be desired.
What? We weren't peeping! That's right, we wouldn't. That's to say, we didn't.
What the heck? Oh my gosh. Hey, looking good, Hiruko. I'm not gonna lie, you're looking good.
Why are you both acting so flustered? Does my body really unsettle you that much?
It's not that, it's just...
Get to the point. I know you didn't walk in here by accident. You knew I'd be here, so you must be here to see me. Out with it.
We have something very important we want to discuss with you.
Very important, you say? All right. Wait here while I go get changed.
We watched Hiruko make her way toward the locker room, the silence broken only by the echo of her wet footsteps. Half an hour later. Thank you for waiting. Now, let's hear this very important matter of yours. My time is precious. Feel free to skip the preamble. Okay, well, there's no easy way to do this. I've just got to go for the direct approach. Alright, I'm going to come right out and ask. Hiruko, do you know something about this war? Something the rest of us don't. What makes you think that? And so suddenly, too. We figured it out from some of the stuff you said and done. Plus, if we assume you have information that we don't, it actually explains a lot. Your cold, practical attitude, for one, and your dedication to winning at any cost. Is it true? Do you know the truth about this war? About Last Defense Academy? It's not that we consider you an unfit leader or anything, Hiruko. Now that Skye's gone, there's no doubt you're the best person for the job. But I can't follow it someone who insists on keeping us in the dark like this. And I'm sure everyone else would feel the same if they knew. Is that a threat? Are you planning to go behind my back and turn everyone against me? Believe me, I'd rather not have to. Fighting among ourselves could tear this unit apart. If that happens, we'll be in no condition to fight the invaders anymore.
Hey!
We're not trying to start a confrontation here. We're still on your side. We just want to know the truth. Everyone's so confused about what we're doing here and how we got caught up in it. Once we know the truth, it'll be a lot easier for us to focus on doing whatever it takes to win the war and go home. So please, if you know anything that might help explain all of this, I think we have a right to hear it. You've really got me up against the wall here. I can hardly shrug this off with an I don't know anything now, can I? I'm impressed. I didn't think you had it in you to grill me this mercilessly. We didn't mean to grill you, exactly. You've asked me if I know something about this war. If I have to answer, then... Yes, I do have certain information that you may find relevant. You do? Really? What is it? Is it about what's in the defense room? Or how they chose who to send here? Hold on. Can we go and get the others first? I want everyone to hear this all at once. It'll be better for our morale that way. Ding dong, bing bong, everybody.
You never know when the invaders might... Well then.
The nighttime announcement. Didn't realize how late it was. We'd be up all night if we tried to call a meeting now. Maybe we should pick this up again tomorrow morning. Is that alright with you, Hiruko? Tell everyone to meet up in the cafeteria like we did before. Very well. You're right. It's best that everyone hears this firsthand. You're not going to go back on this. You haven't left me with much choice. Besides, haven't been hiding this information because it reflects badly on me or anything like that. I just thought it would be better to spare you from such a harrowing truth. Harrowing? It's that bad? You should tell everyone that was your reason for hiding it, too. Trust us. Whatever this truth might be, I'm confident we can handle it. We've made it this far, and most of us have made up our minds to put our lives on the line. Our resolve won't be shaken so easily. Alright, I'll trust you. Just be aware that it's a long story. You may not like what you hear. The fact that I've kept this secret from you for this long should give you an idea of how bad it is. Yes, and I'll tell everyone to prepare themselves for the worst. Well, I never thought it would turn out like this. But it's a relief that I'll finally get it off my chest. I'm going to sleep well tonight. A beat later, Hiruko was already halfway to the door. Before she could leave, I called after her. Wait, can I ask you one last thing? What is it? Were you serious about the deadline tomorrow? Were you really going to force the non-fighters to leave? You said time and again that you didn't care if they died. Did you mean that? The way you talked about protecting us from the truth right now, I'm finding it hard to believe that you're really that heartless. My primary goal here is to win the war. There's nothing I won't do for the sake of victory. There's not enough for us to defeat the invaders. All of us have to survive as well. That's what victory means to me. Despite those words, Hiruko clearly didn't intend to loosen up anytime soon. She continued on her way, her back to us the whole time. Hiruko. She's not so bad after all. Just a little clumsy when it comes to expressing her feelings. Eito and I didn't stick around for long after that. We done all we came to do, and it was getting late. Went back to our own rooms. I'm glad we figured some things out, but what about this harrowing truth Hiruko mentioned? Whatever it is, it's made her obsessed with winning this war. But it's also something she thought we'd be happier not knowing about. What could be that terrible? What is this big secret? No use thinking about it now. By this time tomorrow, she'll have to told us everything. I better go to bed so I can be fresh for the meeting in the morning. And so ended my 15th day at Last Defense Academy. The 16th day would bring a development none of us were expecting. One that would have a considerable effect on our war effort going forward. Ooh, day 16. I checked all around this side of the wall of fire. There's no sign of her anywhere. Well, I think this is a good place to end things here for now. We've gotten a lot of stuff done in this episode, so I don't want to make this longer than it needs to be. So we'll go ahead and end it off here. If y'all enjoyed this episode, hit that like button, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Become royalty today. We'd love to have you in our community. Anyways, guys, thank y'all so very much for watching, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode where we find out what Eito's talking about here. See y'all then.